New York's classic rock, Q104.3. Steve Schirripa, our very good friend, is with us this morning at Q104.3. He has been a friend of this radio station for a long time. It's a friendship that we cherish. He's an extraordinary actor and a really good human being, and it's our pleasure to welcome him to the show and to the station this morning. When you were a cast member of The Sopranos, it was a show that was so realistic that that you often heard Q104.3 playing during the show, because obviously in New Jersey, the age group of the characters, I mean, of course, that would be the station that the characters would have on, and there we were. There was the Q.
You were on the final, the last episode.
Yeah,
in history, Jimmy. From now until the end of time, your voice will be there, because I honestly believe that The Sopranos will be watched, 50 years from now, 100 years from now.
Yeah, that's true, Steve. My voice is the first voice heard on the final episode. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was sitting alone in my apartment watching TV, and it came on, and it was just a crazy moment. But the station was on in other episodes as well, including one in which Tony was, shall we say, engaged in some very pleasurable activity to him as he was driving. And the Q just happened to be on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Martin Bruce-Lee, who was the producer in charge of the music, he came on our podcast, Talking Sopranos, and he was telling us all about the music and the course and how people wanted it. Suddenly, once the show started getting popular, everybody wanted their music played. But they wanted to know what was going on in the scene. So that particular scene, he didn't want to be explicit what was happening. So he just said, Tony gives a co-worker a ride home from the Bada Bing.
Right.
And then, I forget who the band was. And then they said, hey, that's not what was happening. They went, oh, come on, you guys are rock and roll stars. So the music had played such a big part of everything. But 25 years, I want to congratulate you here. But you were, while we were doing The Sopranos, we came on a lot. Myself, Vinny Pastore, Stevie Van Zandt, Michael Imperioli. You were our station. Honestly, you were like the hometown station. And when we were promoting a charity or a book or a movie or whatever, you guys welcomed us on the show, and we'll never forget that, which is why I'll be here, if I'm alive, for the 30th anniversary.
Oh, you're going to be alive for the 40th and 50th anniversaries. There's no question about that. And you'll probably still be working on Blue Bloods. Because that show is so popular that, it could go on forever.
Maybe it will. We go back to work on July 21st. I'm out in California, out of my house, and I got to come back next week, and we get ready, and we start season 12. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, and eventually it could be Blue Bloods, the next generation, and then Blue Bloods, the generation after that one.
With the kids of the family.
Yep.
It's a terrific New York show that really represents New York City. Happy to be a part of it. But
I can tell that you really like working there.
Yeah. Listen, I'm in New York. My kids are in New York. I love shooting on the streets of New York City. There's nothing like that vibe. Nothing. Better than anywhere. So, and the cast is fantastic. Tom Selleck, Bridget Moynihan, and Donnie Wahlberg. There's nothing not to like. They treat me very nice. I'm happy to be a part of it. When you go into a show that's been running for a while, it takes a little while to get used to, because they all know each other, and I didn't really know anyone. So I very much feel a part of the family, you know. And now let me ask you, your favorite guest of all time you've had on your show. Can you tell me that?
My favorite guest of all time that I've ever had on the show. Oh, that is so difficult because there've been so many wonderful people that have been on the show. But just in terms of how excited I was that they were on the show, I would have to say Paul McCartney.
Wow, wow. And were you nervous? Were you nervous? Some of these huge stars. Do you get nervous at all, Jim?
Yes, I do. I still do get nervous, of course. I get nervous. I try to act like I'm not nervous, but I'm very nervous. I mean, in the fall of 2019, just a couple of months before we shut the world down, I was doing a live broadcast and video stream that was going out all over the country with Elton John from the Johnny Carson stage in Burbank.
Wow.
And I was not only nervous to be doing this live show with Elton John, but I was also in awe of my surroundings.
Yeah.
So I had all of these emotions going on in my head. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe that Elton John is sitting right here. And there's the piano right over there. And he's going to get up and go sit down on the bench and he's going to play. And then he's going to come back and sit down next to me. And then I'd look at the audience and I'd go, oh, this is the same view that Johnny Carson had. You know, my brain was exploding.
That's great.
Exploding. But, you know, you understand what's great about loving your job is that when you go to work every day, you have those kind of, I can't believe I've been so lucky feelings. And that's the way that I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, sometimes I don't know about you, but I'm shooting a scene and I go, I'm so lucky to be doing this because there's so many, you know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that want to do it, and for whatever reason, I'm here doing it. And even now, and I'm making a living 21 years, and you've been on the radio for how long, Jim?
Here in New York, a little over 47 years in New York.
47 years, and you still get that feeling. Look at this. Look what I get to do every day. That's a good feeling, man.
It's a great feeling. And today we celebrate 25 years of Q104.3 as a classic rock station. Who's your favorite classic rock artist?
You know, I'm a big Billy Joel guy. I love Billy Joel. I love Van Morrison. I don't think is he a classic rock guy? No, he's not.
Yes, he is. And Billy Joel's going to call us next hour.
Yeah, you know, I listen to a lot of that stuff. You know, I listen to more old stuff, obviously, than new stuff. You know what I mean? That kind of, yeah, Billy Joel, Van Morrison. I like Sting a lot. I like, you know, what the old guys like.
Steve Schirripa, thank you so much for taking the time to call us today here at Q104.3.
Thank you, and congratulations, my friend.
We really appreciate your friendship through the years.
New York's classic rock, Q104.3.